I have solved one of the biggest One Piece mysteries, and the deeper I have gone down the rabbit hole, the more my mind was blown. I spent the last week rereading Wano, specifically focusing on the Oden flashback, and this time I've came across something truly fascinating. A question so overlooked by the main story. How does Kaido read the Poneglyphs? Why does he not go after Nico Robin? What is the reason that Kaido chose Wano? So let's put on our tinfoil straw hats, keep an open mind, and stay tuned to the end of the video, because after putting every piece together, it's a theory that goes deep into the dynamic between Kaido, the Kozuki clan, and the mysterious importance of Wano Kuni. This is Kaido's secret trump card. This is the Wano conspiracy. During the rooftop battle between Kaido and Yamato, father and son, Kaido points out that he's here because it's Wano. Big Mom even claims that the One Piece is here, in Wano. Wano has slowly become the most important island that we have seen so far in One Piece, but also the most important arc to the story. The most crucial aspect to the Kozuki clan is the fact that they are the ones who weave history with the Grand Belfry. They carve into the mysterious rocks as they are royal masons who lead the country, and more importantly, they can read the Poneglyphs as we saw with Oden in his journey to the City of Gold with Roger. So what if I told you this was part of the reason that Kaido came to Wano, in search of someone who could read the Poneglyphs and to find Joy Boy? I believe that Kaido and Oden both read the Wano Poneglyphs and discovered the truth about Joy Boy's return to the country. It's likely that in Wano they would have the most important Poneglyphs because they are in a closed nation with the creators of the mysterious message. We also know that Toki, who is connected to Wano, is from the past, and Oden tells us she was searching for Luffy's era 20 years into the future, so the era that Joy Boy would arrive in Wano. And this is why Roger says we were too early. Oden gathered an entirely new meaning after reaching Laugh Tale in comparison to Kaido. Oden has the full context, which was something that no one knows. Joy Boy returning marks a new era. The Romance Dawn era is near. Why will the borders finally be open when Joy Boy arrives? Well, it's because Wano will be turned into a port town. The port town to the king of the pirates, just like Joy Boy was once the king of the ancient kingdom and a previous pirate king during his era. Kaido wants to create the new Onigashima project, destroying the era of samurai and ushering in Wano as a haven and chaos for freedom, a base for the pirates to unite as they tear down the world government. Only Joy Boy is actually capable of leading this war against the Celestial Dragons and the world government corruption. If Kaido believed he was Joy Boy, this might be one of the reasons he came to the Closed Nation, the place that Joy Boy was said to return, and he may have learned this from rocks, as we know that Whitebeard appeared on the Wano shores and Big Mom also knew of its importance, and Oda makes sure to throw them all into this one massive arc. After all, this one we also first hear about Rock's Dizabek, and so after Kaido realized that he was not Joy Boy, he searched for him so that he could witness the day that the pirates reigned supreme, and he may have learned even more about the Joy Boy prophecy when he read the Poneglyphs. Sengoku once said, "You must know your history to predict the future," and immediately after saying this, he is reminded of Oden, the man who read the history, predicted the future, and the man who weaves history as the member of the Kozuki clan. Oden realized that the history of the Poneglyphs was a history that was still being weaved. In other words, Oden learned of a future that Toki was searching for. History is perceived to be the past, but if time travel is real, then that means the future is also history. And since the Kozuki are weaving history, as in the present tense, meaning that even now in Roger and Luffy's era, the Kozuki will be the ones who weave history and in the future as well. So Oden either predicted the future based on the history the One Piece exposes, or the One Piece involves a Wano prophecy, a future history, since Oden said, "I finally learned the truth about Wano," and Yamato says in chapter 1000 that the generation that will make history will arrive in Wano and defeat Kaido. Now let's discuss the importance of Nico Robin and the Poneglyphs, as they hold the secrets to the past history and the future history as well. The Poneglyphs do hold the key that the government has hid, and that's why Robin's mere existence is a crime. And she was shocked because she had already heard of his name from the other Poneglyphs, that Joy Boy would be the one to utilize the weapons when the time came right and turn the world upside down. After all, Joy Boy was on the side of the Fishman Island people and most likely Alabasta as well. This is the real reason why the government is after Robin and Onigashima. They have finally acquired an ancient weapon, whether it be from Alabasta or maybe they found Uranus. The other possibility is that they now have realized that an ally of Luffy is the ancient weapon, for example Shirahoshi, who is Poseidon, and Nico Robin, who can activate Pluton, a weapon connected to the Nefertatis. So this is why the government wants her dead or alive, alive because they could possibly use her and utilize the weapons for themselves, and dead because they don't want to run the risk risk of Luffy and his allies repeating the destruction of the world, in other words, turning the world upside down. So does Kaido not have any interest in the ancient weapons, or has he already acquired someone like Nico Robin? And so it brings up a very important question and possible plot hole, and this is what I call the Nico Robin conundrum. Have you ever wondered why the Kaido does not simply go after Nico Robin, capture her, and make her part of his crew? The world government is currently freaking out over Nico Robin and Wano. CP0 goes in and they're chasing after her, but then quickly everything changed when the Sun God Nika attacked. The point is, the government started targeting her again, and I believe it's because of what's going on in Alabasta, but that's an entire other discussion, and I would really recommend checking out the previous video on this channel if you do want to learn more. Even Big Mom tells Kaido to leave Robin alive, indicating that she needs Robin and Kaido does not. This implies that he already has someone who can read them. So if Kaido does not need Nico Robin, how is he reading the poneglyphs that originate from the land of the people who write them? To answer this question, we have to look at Kaido's tactics, as he is known for crushing wills. Now keep all of this in mind as we move on to Oden and his lineage of the Kozuki clan. But before that, we have been growing at a rapid rate, and if you want to be a part of this channel's success as we continue to discover the secrets of the mysterious One Piece world, subscribe and hit that notification bell for future One Piece content. Now back to the video. Now what I'm about to tell you today will shift your entire perception of Oden and the entire story of Kaido versus Oden during the flashback. We start off with Orochi, who dethrones the Kozuki clan. He teamed up with Koizumi Higurashi, a user of the Mane Mananomi or the clone fruit, which allows the user to transform into other people. And with his power, they impersonated Kozuki Sukiyaki and Oden. This is so crucial because it shows how the Koizumi clan were able to manipulate the entire nation. Now you might be wondering why and how was Orochi able to negotiate a deal with Kaido, and why would Kaido not cut out the pathetic middleman Orochi and take over all of Wano for himself? The reason is because Orochi and Kaido made a deal. Orochi told Kaido that he would need someone who can read the poneglyphs, and so they made a bargain. How do I know this is true? Well, Orochi's one and only skill is being able to weasel and manipulate a conversation. He has a valuable ability, and that is negotiation, and we get this hint during Wano when we see CP0 have been making deals with Orochi after Doflamingo was arrested. Kaido and Orochi have been in an alliance for quite some time, and it makes you wonder, why didn't Kaido simply kill Orochi before? And it's only after Kaido teams up with Big Mom and announces the Onigashima project that he says that he no longer needs Orochi, so it shows that at least for some time he did have value to Kaido. In the beginning, Kaido was training because he did not compare to Oden. It's implied that Oden was so powerful after he returned from Left Tail and that he almost became invincible. Remember that Oden is in Kaido's top 5 list, so Kaido left Orochi to manage the country so he could drink and train in hockey until he gained the power to challenge Oden. In chapter 969, Kozuki Oden storms the capital and attempts a murder on Orochi. He is planning on taking back the country and becoming the shogun. However, he learns that with the power of the clone fruit, Orochi and his crew had manipulated the country into believing that Sukiyaki had passed down the throne to Orochi, and he even tells a lie that Orochi was like a brother to Oden and next in line like a son to rule Wano as shogun. And now it's time for the bombshell reveal. Kozuki Sukiyaki is alive, and he is the one reading the poneglyphs for Kaido. Oden's father is alive, and I guarantee you that I can prove it. After they revealed that it was not truly Oden's father, and Oden sees the clone fruit power with his own eyes, he yells at Orochi asking him,
"What did you do to my father? Did he actually die of an illness?"
And the very next panel is Orochi with a very disturbing smile. And then what happens after this is that Orochi and Oden made a deal. Orochi told him that his father is still alive, and he may have even shown him his body and took him to see his father. The deal was that Oden would dance around and protect both his father and the citizens of Wano. This is next level manipulation, because he told Kaido that he could not give up Oden's father because he could use him as leverage to make Oden dance and give Kaido some time to get stronger. After they defeated Oden, Orochi would then hand over Sukiyaki to Kaido, and Kaido could now search for the poneglyphs, read them, and Orochi could rule from the capital while Kaido rules away from the humans that he hates at Onigashima. After 5 years of dancing though, an incident resulted in multiple deaths, including Hyogoro's wife and Hyogoro going to prison. Oden finally lost his patience. He attacks Kaido, and the beast says how Oden could not allow even one sacrifice. Kaido also tells Oden that he does not have any of the old Kozuki dignity. Why does he compare him to the Kozuki of the past?
You're not that guy, pal, trust me. You're not that guy.
It's another hint that Oden and Orochi had Sukiyaki all this time. And we also know that Orochi had hundreds of hostages that we find out in chapter 971, so it's very possible that Oden's father may have been one. And so now let's talk about how this all comes into fruition with Queen the Plague and Hitetsu. Queen is a sick man, a twisted man, a man of science who goes so far to expand on his own creations. In Wano, we see Queen turn people into ice onis at the raid, and in Udon he launched a biowarfare attack that created slave-like zombies. So with Kozuki Sukiyaki in the hands of the beast pirates, the truth to why he is reading Kaido's Poneglyphs is because Queen has created a way with the power of science to mind control and put Sukiyaki in a slave-like trance. And this is the dark secret that will be revealed to Momo and Hiyori at the end of the arc, is that Kaido's secret trump card and could be a twisted tragedy that shakes up everything soon. We all know how One Piece can go from funny to goofy to dark and horrifying. Just look at the aesthetic of Whole Cake Island and then we find out that Big Mom is a cannibal, or how about the dark underlying backstories of Dressrosa between Doflamingo, Kairos, Senor Pink. So in an arc with someone like Joy Boy who brings smiles, we will definitely be getting a twisted dark turn with the villain soon. And with Kaido being known for crushing wills, this zombie-like state is definitely the best way to go about it. He can also beat, torture, do whatever he wants to Sukiyaki to make sure that he gets what he wants. And if Kaido uses Sukiyaki as a trump card, it can weaken Momo's will, as he will now have to realize why his father failed to kill Kaido and Orochi and take back the throne, especially because Momo will realize that Oden was not someone who messed around when it came to the well-being of his family. This is the reason why Queen is so important to Kaido. He has helped him uncover the secrets of the Kozuki clan and read the text of the Poneglyphs. With all this in mind, it puts a whole new twist on the left wing of Kaido of the Beast. And this brings me to the final part of the theory. I've heard theories of speculation that Hitetsu is actually Oden's father, and this could very well still be possible, because what if he somehow escaped Kaido, and that could be the reason why he wears a mask, wears the wings that reference the people who live near the Grand Belfry, and then you could even consider the idea that there are golden bells and bell-shaped houses where he lives. So what do you think? Is this a valid explanation to why Kaido does not pursue Nico Robin even though Big Mom and CP0 do? Is Oden's father dead, or is he still alive? Did Orochi use him as a hostage against Oden? Let me know in the comments, and if you did enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell for future One Piece theories, analysis, and more. YouTube says that you'll enjoy one of these next two videos, so pick one and let's find out if they're right.